Hey y'all. Hold on. I guess I already clicked live chat. Or it's just being nice to me and did it for me. Turn that off. Anywho, hey y'all. I am home from work. As I've said before, I work on weekends. That's when I work. Because I'm in marketing. And that's when you want to sell stuff to people. It's on the weekend. Because that's when people are at the stores. So today I had to set up a Mother's Day table. I just had to go into Walmart and set up a table, decorate a table, and then I had to go around and collect a bunch of different items that somebody decided that they thought mothers would want for Mother's Day. So I had a KitchenAid mixer, which, yeah, I would want that. I already got that, but that'd be a good gift for me. I had a Instant Pot. I'd take that. I got one of them out too. I had some Pioneer Woman stuff. I wouldn't want that because it's all covered with flowers and stuff, and I'm not into flowers like that. But if you just came out with some purple stuff, I'd take that. Then I had some different little jewelry pieces that they have up there at Walmart right now. A bunch of different rose gold stuff. And they're really cute. Like they have little charm necklaces and charm bracelets. They're pretty. And then I had candy, some Lindt chocolate truffles, and some Ferrero Rochers. But yeah. Hey Tosh. Hey babe. But yeah, this is my burger. That's what I decided to make today. And these are made with the y'all know how I always buy the combination ground meat / pork. And then I also got some, get out of here. I also got some bratwurst, the brat sausages that you can buy to put on the grill. I cut them out of the skin and I mix that together with the meat. So this is a brat burger. This is burger and brat all mixed up together. And then I got some Red Robin onion rings and some Arby's fries. Hey Castra. And I gotta get my ketchup. Hey, Poca Loca. That on there. I have grilled me some mushrooms. My burger has provolone cheese, the Kraft Deluxe cheese. I love that. That's the deluxe cheese that I like because it's the closest to gum cheese. And then there's Colby Jack. Where am I cooking? I already cooked. I'm gonna eat. I'm not cooking now. It's already cooked. These just baked in the oven. The fries baked in the oven. Good. I didn't say my grace. Hold on, y'all. First spots like the food machine. Sorry, y'all. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. These are good. I think the last onion rings that I got were can't remember what company it was. It wasn't Red Robin though. It was a different one. Nathan's? Does Nathan's have onion rings? Hey Edward. I don't know if it's just my spicy ketchup or if that onion ring has a little kick. I think that onion ring has a little kick to it. You good? Oh, now, y'all want a bite?
You got dum-dums.
My favorite food is cheese. What, baby?
You got dum-dums.
Yeah, the new flavored dum-dums you're going to try.
Yeah. So good. I just wish they would put bacon in the meat.
It's got sausage in the meat. It's got some bratwurst in there. Yeah, my favorite food is cheese. My favorite style of food is Asian food.
I thought it was Chinese.
Chinese is Asian. Curly fry.
Curly fries are yummy.
You want something else?
Aww, so cute.
It's not rare. It's not rare. It's fully cooked. It's white. It's hard to tell because it's got all the pork in it, so it looks white. It's not raw. It's fully cooked, sweetheart. Can't eat raw pork, you die.
I thought you just get sick.
You eat raw pork, you can die. Raw pork, raw chicken, you don't do that.
People on YouTube are eating Tide Pods.
Yeah, you'll die doing that too. Yeah, I said at the beginning, this is a mixture. There's pork, chicken, and beef. I added brat to it. Some brat sausages that I cut out of the skin. No, this is the webcam. This is my webcam. It's not my iPhone. So that's why my iPhone is right here. But I had it at work all day using it. So it's not fully charged. So that's why I just said I'll just do it with the webcam. And the webcam likes to make everything orange or red for whatever reason. There, now you can see it. See, it's fully cooked. It's fully cooked. That's just my crazy camera. But drink out of my own cue cup. It used to make the light, like the camera used to have my colors really great until I started using my green screen for my PlayStation. And once I adjusted stuff for the green, the chroma cast and stuff. After that, it made everything red. Don't shake the baby.
I wonder what flavors they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a coldest. I already signed up to be an ambassador for coldest. I think it's like $50 for the thing. So I'm gonna get one. But it'll probably be either the end of this month or the end of next month. Because you know, gotta pay all the bills at the beginning of the month. So gotta pay all my bills first. And then we'll see.
The bills are in the first.
Hey Priest. Hey Soulfly. Can you take the baby, please? Bye. It's supposed to like keep your drinks like or your water. You're supposed to use it for water, but it's supposed to keep like your water like extremely cold for an extremely long period of time. And if that's true, that's why I want it. Because I've told y'all, I can't, if it's not cold, I can't drink anything. Like, that's why I keep this, and that's why I buy 2 bags of Sonic Ice a week. Because this, I feel full of ice, and then I put a little bit of drink in here. Because I need the cold. Like, I have to have cold. After my surgery, I don't know what it did to me, but nothing's cold enough. And literally, when I first had my surgery, I tried to drink like some room temperature water. I doubled over in pain. Like, it hurt so bad. It physically hurt drinking non-cold water. Like,
Hi. Did you know that being on break is a job?
What?
Roblox is.
Anywho. Hey, Jessica. Tosh, if it will last, like if it will seriously keep it cold, like for like this will keep my drink cold all night long. Like, I literally, before I go to sleep at night, I put, I fill it up with ice. I fill it up with either tea or water. And in the morning, it's still cold. Now, if I don't add anything to it and I just keep drinking from it, like if I took this to work with me, with whatever was in there from last night, by about noon, it's starting to get like not really cold anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it'll start, the ice is going away. It's all just basically water in there. There's just a few pieces of ice. It's not really, but this gives me, I have a good 12 hours. I have a good 12 hours with this. And, it's got the little open at the top with the straw. But this will give me a good 12 hours. So if they have something that's going to keep it longer than 12 hours, I'll take it. But my thing with this is these will break. Rayon will drop this on the floor in the kitchen, which our kitchen has a, I think the tile is slate. It's a really hard tile. It's either slate or granite. I'm not sure which one. But when she drops it, it's over with. Like it cracks wide open. It's gone. I gotta buy another one. This is my I think this is my 5th cup. Yeah, this is my 5th cup since when does the carnival come? I think the fair comes in September. So this is my 5th cup since September. And these cost me, I told Joelle the other day because she wanted me to buy her one. I think they're $12.99, I think is what I said. So these cost me $13 every time she breaks a cup. Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Purple Gang. So in the last October, November, December, January, February, March, April. In the last 7 months, I've spent 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 85, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I've spent $105 in the last 7 months. And the coldest cup is metal. So if it falls, it's not going to break. So $50 for a cup that's not going to break. And if it actually works, would be good for me. Yeah, the coldest water bottle is metal. It's a metal cup. It's a metal cup, so it's not breaking. It's going to crack my slate before it's going to break itself. Because these are just plastic. Y'all know I'm already full, right? That's because I hadn't eaten all day long. Yeah, this is plastic. I can't, Priest. I'm done. I'll be able to eat some more in an hour or two. Hey, Tam. I had a lady that came and asked me today. She's like, "Is Memorial Day this month?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I believe so." Because they had right next to where they had the Mother's Day gifts on aisle, they had all the red, white, and blue stuff. And I think Memorial Day is like what, like the 28th, 29th, something like that. She was like, "Oh, I gotta get stuff for my mom's grave." Ryan, can you come get my water out of the freezer? Can you come get me my water out of the freezer? Is your burger good?
Yes. Doodle is sniffing at it.
Thank you.
She wants to
Water.
eat it, but she can't because it's too far away.
Leilani worked today. Look at the ice in there, y'all. I did a Mother's Day event. I had to set up a table to show people stuff they could get for mom. And that's what I did today. I didn't wreak havoc. Not there. Fruit flies everywhere. I always drink alkaline water, y'all. This is like my favorite, but it's hard to find. But they actually had it at my store today, so I got it. Walmart has their own alkaline water now, which is actually pretty good. I tried it, but I saw this one, so I grabbed these today. Because these are my favorite. They're eternal. Fruit flies are driving me crazy. That's the best thing about winter is all the flies are gone. Oklahoma is bad for regular flies, like house flies, which luckily so far we've only had a couple house flies. But these fruit flies, I swear I think the fruit flies come up the drains. I swear they come up the drain in the bathroom. Because that's where they'll be. Because we keep the bathroom door closed. Open up the bathroom door. Here come a swarm of flies. Like, they have to come up the drain. I have cheese in my teeth. No, they're not fly. They're annoying. Yes, Tosh. They are so bad here in like, you know how some states have like the mosquito truck or whatever. Like in Houston, they have this mosquito truck that goes down the street and sprays spray to try and keep the mosquitoes at bay. Oklahoma needs a fly truck. Like, it's seriously, they need a fly truck that just drives down the streets to get rid of flies. They are so bad in Oklahoma. And I swear, like, I guess, I don't know, maybe they bury themselves during the winter or something. But as soon as they know it's not cold outside, they are back. And don't let the people that's over there decide to get a cow or a horse or something. Then them real big old horse flies come. It's horrible. So I got tagged today by Tasty Mukbang to do sour pickles and whipped cream, which I searched that store and all they had was dill pickles. Like, I couldn't find a sour pickle anywhere. So I've got to find some yeah, I don't care what part of Oklahoma you go to, Tosh. The flies are horrible. And they're just rude. They're like, hey, we live here. But whenever I find a sour pickle, because she was specific, she wanted sour pickles. When I find some sour pickles, then I'll do that one. Me and the girls would do that. I don't know how she came up with that. Eat a pickle with whipped cream. Why, Tasty? Why? 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 Hey, Di. I'm good. How are you? Yeah, so I gotta find a sour pickle. I saw over there the only whole pickles they had were dill. Then they had some of the ones like the spears. They had dill and bread and butter. No sour. I even went to like the refrigerator, you know, where they have the what's that one pickle brand? Clausen. There was only dill, kosher dill. I went to the deli where they have those bags with the pickles. They only had slices over there, but they had regular dill and the spicy dill. Okay, Tosh. So I'll go look at Crest and see if they have some sour pickles. I guess I never paid attention to see that we didn't have very many variety of regular pickle. Because you know, when you look at the spicy, there's all kinds of different spicy pickle. You know, there's habanero and blah 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 blah. But they have some new limited edition dum dums that I found today. I was trying to think of like something we could do with them other than just taste them, but I can't think of anything other than we just gonna taste them and tell y'all how each of the flavors taste. That was the only real new thing that I found in the store today. I saw wild cherry sun-kissed soda. Has that always existed? Hey, Eats and Treats, how you doing? Oh, that water is good and cold. Tell them it's a box of good and cold. What, try to see how many you can put in your mouth? I don't know if that'd be safe with the sticks, though. Maybe I'll just do like see if they can tell me, like, I guess the flavor. Because these are some weird flavors, y'all. Yeah, these are some weird flavors, so I can see, like, blindfold them and tell them to tell me what they taste. Like I did with the candy canes. Because these will be hard, for real. Got peach mango, blueberry burst, strawberry kiwi, pineapple coconut, tropical freeze. What does that taste like? Dragon fruit, berry lemonade, and lemon lime. Yeah, that's what they had. They had Mount Olive, but they only had at that store they only had dill and bread and butter. But in the whole pickles, they only had dill. They had the little baby gherkins that were dill, and then they had the big ones that were dill, and they had the bigger ones that were dill, and that's all it was just dill. Maybe over in that city because that's in Choctaw. Maybe in Choctaw they just like dill pickles. I don't know. I'm sure Amazon does. But we've got to have a store around here that's got some freaking sour pickles. Sour pickles? I would have thought that I had no idea it was going to be so hard to find a sour pickle. I mean, Houston, you know, you could go to the hood and go to the, you know, every gas station and get some pickles out the, you know, they got the pickles in the front. So you can stick it down later and then eat your pickle. But I don't live in the hood over here, y'all. I've never had a buttered popcorn Dum Dum. My favorite Dum Dum is the cream soda. That's my favorite Dum Dum. Hush, priest. Hey, Angel. Excuse me. I don't know that I've ever seen a pickle at the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna go to Crest and then I'll try the Walmart that's over here by me. Cause the one over here is where I found those Vidalia bread and butter pickles that I thought were so good. And then just the pickled Vidalia onions that were so good. So I think they have more varieties of pickles over here. I'm even more full now that I drank that water, y'all. These onion rings are pretty good. For buying frozen and then sticking in the oven, they're good and crispy. They're good and crispy. They didn't get all soggy and mushy. Those are good onion rings. They're Red Robin. Tomorrow I have to do something with makeup. L'Oreal makeup. Kind of think I might be doing the same thing I did the last time, where I had every single shade of foundation that they made. Let's see what this says. I know, instead of I'm not doing foundations this time. I'm doing Lumi Glotion, Lumi Bronzer, Lumi Dew Mist, some mascara, some lipstick, a palette, some moisturizer, an eye corrector, some shampoos and conditioners, and some makeup remover. And I'll have some eye cream samples to give away, and then I'll have one of each item that I can like use cotton swabs and cotton balls to let people try. The last time I had, I think it was about 100 jars of foundation lined up. Hey Candy, hey Cece, welcome back sis. I watched your video earlier. Hey Tracy Gaffney. I have a burger that I made with the combination half beef, half pork ground meat that you can buy. And then I mixed it again with brats. I cut the skin off of brat, and then I took all that meat and I mixed it all up together. So it's a cheeseburger brat, or a brat cheeseburger, whatever, however you want to call it. And then we got some Red Robin onion rings and some Arby's curly fries. Yeah. And my water. And then I got too full because I haven't eaten all day long. So, you know how when you wait too long to eat and you try to eat and then you're just immediately full? Yeah. You had Italian sausage earlier? I only ever do Italian sausage like in a dish, like spaghetti or lasagna, rigatoni. I've never just made it by itself. You know, I'm supposed to wear a black shirt tomorrow? Yep. I gotta wear black tomorrow. But yeah. But see, yeah, I was watching your video, and when it first came on, I was like, that's Cece's son. And I was like, maybe that's not her son. Like, that's her son. It's like, no, it's not her son. It's like, yeah, it is. I kept going back and forth. Nobody came back for another burger, so I can close this on up. But Rayon had 2 burgers. I automatically make her 2. Because if I don't, before I can even get my first bite, she'll be back asking for a burger. So I always just automatically make her 2 to begin with. And then I cook more because there's 3 more burgers cooked. And she will eat them. Don't worry about it. They will get eaten. I eat Hawaiian rolls with certain things. Like I'm not into having my bread sweet on like a savory burger, but I'll eat like Hawaiian sweet rolls with like honey baked ham. Like if I make if I'm gonna make a sandwich, I would use Hawaiian bread with a honey ham sandwich. You know what I mean? But I don't want it on my burger. Like I don't want my bread sweet when I bite into my burger. It's just weird to me. The closest I can do to sweet for my bread is what's it, potato bread? It's got that slight sweetness. I can deal with the potato bread, but the Hawaiian is just a little too sweet for me. I'll eat it by itself, just to eat a Hawaiian roll, or I'll eat it with like honey ham, sweet ham. But I grew up in Houston where Hispanic people, they make sweet bread, pan dulce. And I think maybe I just had enough pan dulce when I was young that now it's like, no, I don't like my cornbread sweet. I don't like it salty either. I don't like that dry, salty cornbread, but I don't like sugary sweet cornbread either. My cornbread is right in the middle. There is a little sugar in my cornbread, but not enough for it to actually be like, ooh, that's sweet. Mm-mm. No. Once every now and then, I'll make some cornbread. Excuse me. I make a honey cinnamon cornbread. And that's sweet because it's got honey in it. It's got quite a bit of honey in it. For the most part, my cornbread has just enough sugar for you to know it's in there, but it still, goes good with your food. You don't feel like you're eating cake and chili or cake and spaghetti or cake and whatever. Hey, Prime. Ham is good. When I was little, when my uncle first married my Aunt Brenda, I remember we went to church one Sunday. I guess it was a night service, and we went to church, but I guess my aunt stayed home, and my grandmother had asked her, because my grandmother had already cooked. My granny always cooked the Sunday meal on Saturday, and then everything would just get heated up Sunday. Other than when we get home from church, she'd cook a pan of cornbread. So while we were at church, she since my aunt was going to be there, she told my aunt, well, just make the cornbread. So when we got in from church, we all sat down at the table, and I think I was probably about, I think I was 7 or 8. What was that? What was that? I heard a voice. I know Sid is muted. he's muted. I can't hear him. That was weird. But now I can't get the mouse to work. So we came home and we sat down at the table and sitting in front of me. We said grace. And first thing I always grabbed when I was little was my cornbread. And so we said grace, and I grabbed my cornbread and I took a bite and I said, cake. My grandmother looked at me like I was crazy. The cornbread, it was so sweet, but not only was it sweet, like my aunt had added like some lemon to it or something. So it tasted like lemon cake. And so I was like, cake. And my granny was like, that's not no cake, that's cornbread. I was like, granny, it's cake. And my granny reached over, she grabbed the cornbread and put it in her mouth. She's like, wait, stop. Don't nobody eat. I gotta make some cornbread. And she stopped and made everybody wait while she got up and she made a pan of cornbread and she came back and put it on the table so everybody could eat. But I will always remember, cake. It was so funny. I don't know what that noise was. Like just then I saw somebody logged on to The Sims, but like I heard a voice. That was so funny though. My granny's like, that's not cake. It's like, granny. But what's funny is my aunt is an amazing cook. I guess just cornbread wasn't one of the things that she cooked because she makes, like, she bakes. She does a lot of baking. So maybe that was just her thing. She made, sweet stuff. But she's actually the one that taught me how to make cheesecake. When I was little, she used to make these donuts, and I asked her about them not too long ago, and she doesn't even remember what I'm talking about. But she used to make these donuts, and she didn't make plain donuts. They were, I want to say they were cocoa. They weren't chocolate because they weren't like extremely chocolatey donuts. It was a cake donut, and it was tan, like a tannish brown color. But it wasn't chocolatey. It just had its own unique taste to it. And it wasn't cinnamon. I really feel like it was like she just used a little cocoa powder, just a certain amount that she used, just enough to give it the color. And it just had its own kind of flavor. But like they were the best donuts when I was a little girl. And she doesn't even remember. She's like, I don't know. I wish she remembered though, but she does not remember. She doesn't remember them at all. But now she makes, she still makes her cheesecake. She makes banana pudding, but she makes it with no banana. She makes cookie pudding for my uncle and my cousin because they don't want the banana. So they get cookie pudding. She makes pecan pies. She makes homemade rolls and bread, which is really good. Something on my eye. That might be it. That's what she makes. Those are her. Those are her things that she makes. all my cousins, when I moved to East Texas, I realized that my cousins would ask me to make them banana pudding or peach cobbler, berry cobbler. But what I realized was they wanted the sauce or pudding, and then they wanted the crust or cookies, whatever it was. They didn't really necessarily want the fruit. They wanted the flavor of the fruit, but they didn't actually want the fruit. And what I learned to do was, like with my cobblers, I would cook the fruit down. If it was peaches, I would just puree it. But like for the berries, I would just cook them down. I did the berries like my granny used to do hers, because my granny had colitis, colon problems, so she couldn't have seeds. She loved berry cobbler, but she couldn't have seeds, so she couldn't eat berry cobbler. But she figured out how if she just boiled those seeds, and she just, not seeds, but berries, and she cooked them down and cooked them down, cooked them down, she would just strain them, so the seeds would, come out in her strainer, and she'd still have all the berries, and she basically just cooked off of the seed in the pot, and then she'd add a bunch of sugar to it and butter and vanilla extract, and she'd cook it down into a nice thick syrup. And so she'd put her crust down, she'd pour the syrup in there, she'd put more crust on top, and cinnamon and sugar, and she'd bake it, and that was her berry cobbler. This wouldn't actually have berries in it. It was just the the juice from the berry. So I kind of went with what she did, and I did it with everything, because I would make, they'd ask me to make a berry cobbler. I'd go in there, I'd have no crust and a pan full of berries. If they asked for banana pudding, there'd be no cookies, depending on if I did whipped cream or if I did meringue. There'd be no meringue, no whipped cream, no cookies, but there'd be a bunch of bananas in the bottom of a container. And I lived in the country. I didn't have a garbage disposal. I had a 100-year-old house. So I had to take that stuff out to the woods to get rid of it when they would leave me, fruit in the bottom of the pan. So I just learned to puree everything or cook it down like my granny did, and then cook it into whatever it was. Like my banana pudding, I pureed those bananas, and then I made them into the pudding. So it was literally banana pudding. So when they ate it, be like, "Oh, this is so good. I'm so happy you didn't put any bananas in it." "Oh, I put the bananas in it. You just ate them." Or I'd make the peach cobbler. "Oh, this was good. You didn't put no peaches in there." "Yeah, I did. You just ate them. You just didn't know you ate them." So I just learned how to, turn it all into a pudding or a sauce or whatever. And then I'd get a nice clean pan that I could just wash and put away. And I wouldn't have to walk my butt out into the woods in the middle of the night. Plain cheesecake or carrot cake. I love red velvet cake too. I can deal with cooked peaches. I can do cooked banana. I don't like cooked pineapple. Like, I can't stand pineapple upside down cake. I don't want pineapple on my ham. Or I can put them on there because I like the flavor, but I don't want the actual pieces of hot pineapple. Like, they can be put somewhere else. Like, just throw them in the garbage. I don't want cherries on my ham. My papa likes to put cherries and pineapple on the ham. I don't want those hot cherries. I don't want the hot pineapple. I really don't like hot strawberries. Like the strawberry pie. That's not my thing at all. Hey, Miss Keena. Yeah, that's not my thing at all. Cooked strawberries. Probably because they just turn into mush and seeds. You don't realize how many seeds strawberry has until it's cooked, and you just got a bunch of mushy seeds. Yep, just decoration. I don't want that. I don't want none of that on my plate. My papa, I think it was about 3 years ago. His brother came down and was it? It had to be Thanksgiving because Christmas I cooked. Yes, I guess it was Thanksgiving, and he cooked. He said he was going to do the cooking. Well, we all kind of cooked. We all kind of chipped together. But my grandfather's brother, he did a ham, and he put a lot. I mean, they had so many cherries on that ham. It was a lot of cherries, and then covered in pineapples. Like, it was so many cherries on that ham that the juices that came off was bright red. Like, it was a lot of cherries on the ham. I made the dressing. He did a ham. He put a brisket. No, he put a prime rib on the pit. And either I or he made greens. I don't remember. Yeah, that was the last year he cooked. And then he came back for Christmas, and that was the year I made gumbo and I did a turkey and the other, dressing and all that stuff for Christmas. You've never seen them put cherry on it? A lot of people, they take, when they put the cloves on there, and then they put the pineapple rings with the clove, and then smack dab in the center of each pineapple, they stick a maraschino cherry. And that story that I've told y'all before about Aretha Franklin, where I watched her make her ham when I was a little girl. And she put the pineapple rings, she put the cloves all over there. She hung the pineapple rings around the cloves. And then she put the cherries in there. And then she dumped that whole big old bag of coconut on top of that ham. I will forever remember that. Because I thought that was I was like, I just thought she ruined that ham. I was like, why would she do that? And I was a little girl. I was probably, I want to say 6 or 7, when she was on Good Morning America. She was on there again when I was, much older later on, and she didn't put the coconut on there anymore. She still did the pineapple rings, and she still did the cherries, but she didn't do the coconut part. But I will forever remember that coconut, because it ended up looking like a big giant Hostess snowball, that cupcake was covered with coconut. That's what that ham looked like when she was finished. And I was just sitting there like, and just the fact that I was a little girl and I was so appalled, it still cracks me up, because that lets y'all know how much of a foodie I have always been. Because I was like, why would she do that? Granny, why would she do that? And I'm just, even to this day, I can just imagine trying to slice up that ham, and you just got all that stringy coconut. Just, I couldn't even imagine trying to eat it. Because for one, you got the hot pineapple, you got the hot cherry. Now you got just shredded coconut all over it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't even imagine. And you know that coconut was really sticking to it because she cooked it in, that's why I cook my ham in Berner's ginger ale, because she cooked it in Berner's ginger ale. So I always remembered that. And I still to this day cook with Berner's ginger ale, but I don't do the pineapples or the cherries and certainly not the coconut. But that ginger ale makes a glaze, so it's sticky. And then the pineapple is sticky. The cherries are sticky. So it's just making a whole bunch of stickiness on that ham. So you know all that coconut, it's just coconut just stuck. Just stuck. So no matter what you're doing and you trying to get the stuff off, you're still going to get coconut in your mouth when you're trying to eat ham. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That is just, I love coconut. I love coconut. Don't get me wrong. That is my favorite cake is a coconut cake or a red velvet cake. Those are my two favorite cake. I think I like them both equally. I love coconut pie. I don't want no coconut ham. I don't want no coconut ham. I just, mm-mm. Brown sugar, Coke, and pineapple juice. Yep. So it's the same thing with the burners. It's just it's burners instead of Coke. You can use Coke. Some people use Dr. Pepper. I did a ham for work 3 years ago, I want to say. And it was actually a Dr. Pepper ham. Like the ham itself was I want to say it was a Cure 81 ham. Kind of, it was a Cure 81 ham, but it actually came with a Dr. Pepper glaze. That was like about 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, I did a Dr. Pepper ham in a Walmart store. That was an event I did at a Walmart store, and I did a Dr. Pepper ham. It came with, the glaze that they give you with the ham. It's always like powdered, and I think it had me add water. I think I just added water. I don't think I actually added a soda. I think the Dr. Pepper was actually in the crystal, in the glaze crystals. Hey Doran, how you doing? Yeah, every year at Christmas time I make hams, whole hams, sitting in one of those little carts in Walmart. I have done gingerbread houses. I have made all kinds of little hors d'oeuvres and cute little things you can make for Santa. I made Santa hats out of Oreos and strawberries and frosting. I do chocolate covered strawberries. I do all kinds of stuff sitting in my little cart. And people are always surprised a lot of times when, they're trying to figure out where they got something from. And I say, no, I just made this. And they're like, you cooked it right here? You don't like deli ham? Like from the actual deli, or do you mean like from the lunch meat section? Because they're different. Which one? One year I did scratch gingerbread cookies. And so sitting on my cart, I had flour, ginger, cinnamon, molasses, butter, eggs, and I think milk. Was all sitting on my counter showing people what they could go and buy. And I was making cookies. And people just kept coming up. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because if you go to the actual deli, you can get the boar's head, or you can get the, what's the other one called? The other company here. Shoot, I can't think of the name of the other company. But that's some good deli meat. Like that's the real thing. It's basically like, you know, a ham, and they're just slicing it up. Yeah, the Oscar Mayer and all that. That's a whole nother, that's processed stuff. But the real thing, oh, that's good. Especially if you get, you know, the right ones. Like if I get turkey, I like to get the turkey that's either I get the Cajun turkey, or I like the what do they call it? What do they call it? Doesn't say home cooked. Oven roasted. I think that's what it is. Oven roasted. I like the oven roasted turkey, because then it has that, like it has a seasoned flavor to it. That's the one I like. I don't want the honey turkey, and I don't want the what is it? They do honey, and then they do maple. Yeah, I don't want those, because then they're like trying to make them taste like lunch meat. I don't want that. It came good. I told you he said it would either come Saturday or by Tuesday. Have you tried the cream yet? Is it working? You can use it as much as you need. Like rub it on there until it stops hurting. Like rub it on there, and if it wasn't enough, like move to like a different spot. Like you might not be hitting the right area, because where you want to rub it is actually where that bone is that hurts. Because you know the pain radiates out, so you got to find where the actual spot is, where that, you know, where the bone is that's hurting you, and rub it in that area. But once you find exactly where the spot is and you rub it on there, it should soak in, and it should last you probably good 4 to 6 hours once you find where the pain is actually coming from. My favorite thing to cook is actually depends on who I'm cooking for, because I like to cook for people, because I like for people to enjoy their food. So my favorite thing is kind of whoever I'm cooking for is wanting at that time, because I want to see them, you know, enjoying whatever it is. Now, my favorite thing to eat, I like Asian food. So if I'm cooking for me, I guess my favorite thing to cook for me would be Asian food. Put some fried rice or some lo mein or something. Because that's what I like. It's working on your knee. So on your hip, you just got to figure out where's a good spot for you to rub it to get to that hip. You might need to rub it like right where your leg creases at your stomach. Like rub it in there to see if that'll get it to your hip. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like try and get it like go from the front instead of going from the back. Like go like right at the crease of like where your stomach and your leg meet. Like try rubbing it in there and see if that'll bring it to your hip. Instead of trying to go through the booty meat. You know what I mean? I love Italian food. I haven't had a lot of Jamaican food. I love oxtails. And peas and rice. I love jerk chicken too. I do like jerk chicken. But I haven't had very much Jamaican food. I like meat pies. I do love Italian food. I cook a lot of Italian food. My kids love Italian food. That's one of the things that my mom cooked a lot of when I would visit her or she'd come up here to visit. They'd always have my mom make lasagna because that was like one of her signature things. Like my mom was known for her lasagna and her gumbo in our family and gyoza. So when she would come visit, they either wanted lasagna, gumbo, gyoza, fried rice. That was what she made. I've never had jerk pork. Why did it hide that? Why did it hide that? Because the word jerk? Yeah, lasagna is very heavy. That is a whole meal. That is a whole meal for real. Jerk is kind of spicy. It's rich and spicy. It's basically like a really well baked chicken that's really, really seasoned. Like really, really, really well seasoned baked chicken. Like if you bake chicken in the oven and you got it good and crispy and really seasoned. No, the jerk is that's the name of the spices that they put on it. The spices are called jerk. I guess maybe it's kind of like a jerky type thing or something. It's the spice rub. Yeah. It's like a smoky, depending on who made it, it could be extremely spicy or it can be a little bit spicy. But it's a really like deep, rich, smoky flavor. There's a lot of curries, so that it depends on what kind of curry you're talking about. There's a lot of different curries. Like the basic curry is the one that looks kind of an orangish yellow, and that's not spicy. It's just a curry flavor. But then there's different kinds of curries that are hot, so it depends. But I love curry. I love curry. And I love curry, like different ethnic groups make curry too. There's like Jamaican curry, there's Middle Eastern curry, there's Asian curry, like Thai curry. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get curry, because curry is just a spice in its own self. And then there's different ways that they can be done. Like the Indian place that I've made videos that I go to, she makes, she basically indents a new curry every single day. Like she's going to make something different every single day. Her shop is called Kitchen Fusion. And so every day she tries to think of like another type of curry she could do. Like I went in one day and she did chicken enchilada curry. So like she took some flavors that would be in enchiladas, and then she just made it into her curry, into like her chicken curry. So like if enchiladas would have, what would be in there, like stewed tomatoes, I guess, and paprika and onion. So she would put those in there, but then she makes a thick curry sauce, and it's just her chunks of chicken, and then she puts that over rice. So you're still eating it like you would a Middle Eastern curry, but in addition to the basic curry, she's added in, some of the flavors that would have been in enchiladas. Hello, Daniel. But she does, she has vegan sloppy joes. She makes those every single day. She has a chicken salad, which she does every day. But she makes a regular mild chicken curry every day. And then the spicy, usually whatever else she's making, she's going to make a vegan version of something, and then she makes a spicy something that's meat. Usually. Every now and then there's no meat other than the basic chicken curry. Sometimes she might do potatoes or eggplants, or, you just never know. But it's always good. Just go out and try them, Jessica. Like Google in your area and see what kind of foods that are out there, and just go. Just try something. Like once a month, go try something different. We still have a little bit in there, I think. She might have finished it off last night. Let me not say that. Because she did take the crackers and the chicken with her, and I don't remember her bringing it back, so it might be gone. But up until last night, we did have a little bit of chicken left. I'm trying to think of other stuff to cook. Because it's like I just get into like a rut where I start cooking the same stuff over and over again. And I can't think of something else to cook. Even though I know how to cook a million things. When I'm in the store going to buy, I can't think. Like I just go completely blank and I'm just standing there like, what? And I end up just, choosing, something that I keep making over and over again. But then when I come back home, I remember stuff that I'm supposed to cook. And I'm like, I could have made blah, blah, blah. But it's like right now, I'm supposed to make, somebody asked me in a request to do African food, do some Nigerian food, which I need to do before it gets super hot outside. I might do that one day next week. I'll make some jollof rice and some pepper stew. Well, not next week, after next, because I'll go grocery shopping next Friday or Saturday. So the week after is when I'll do the Nigerian food. I haven't had curry goat, but I've had, when my daughter was born, my husband killed a goat. And it's like a Nigerian custom when your child when they make it to 7 days old, you kill a goat. I think you kill one goat if it's a girl and 2 goats if it's a boy. So he killed a goat, 1 goat. And then he made like a pepper stew with the goat. And that was my first time ever having goat. Only time ever, because I haven't had any more since then. But that was the first time I ever had goat. Was when Rayon was 7 days old. Oxtails are amazing. When I do the pepper stew, I'm going to have oxtails in my pepper stew. I'm going to put other meat in there too, but I will have some oxtails in there. I've got to go to the meat market. That's why I'm waiting until payday, because I need to go to my meat market and stock up on meat. I usually stock up on meat once every 6 months or so. So it's time for me to go and get meat. Yeah, they are expensive. Oxtails are very expensive. My meat market is not too bad though, because you get a box. Let's see if I saw a box that would be. Rayon or Shaylin, come here. You're hearing both names.
Mommy, I asked you for some meat.
Hand me that box right there. That Chinese food box. Yeah. They give you a box about this size. See this? This is an empty box. You get a box about this size. It might be a little bit longer. It might be about this long. Yeah, about this long, but it's about this wide and about that long. And it's just full of oxtails. And from my meat market, it's $19.99. Yeah. But if you go to the grocery store, you know, you get that little packet that's about this big, where you get 2 big ones and then like 5 little pieces, and that's like $10 or more. Can you turn that down, please? It's annoying. Sounds like a sleepy ice cream truck. Trying to see. I had a picture where I bought some, but I can't find it. Hey Key, how you doing? Hey Cutting Pam. I had a what did I do with leftover oxtails? I did something with leftover oxtails one time. Oh, I made soup. I made that that French onion soup. I put oxtail meat in it. It was so good. Yeah, that's what I did. Put oxtail meat in the soup. It was so good. You never realize how many pictures that you take until you have to scroll through them. Those are some colored deviled eggs I did for the kids. I told y'all before I dye the egg white itself. was I talking to yesterday about the Funyuns? Who was that? I just found a picture of them. Oh, $15.95. There's my oxtails. See those boxes? $15.95. These are boxes of oxtails. $15.95. That's what I do when I go to my meat market. I just stock up and then put that out in the freezer. That was the first time I did it, but I didn't let it stay in for a long time, so it only dyed the outside and didn't really get to the inside. That was my first try. But I left the egg whole and, dropped the whole boiled egg in there. The second time, I went ahead, cut it in half, took my yolk out, and then dropped the halves and let them die. That's how I got it fully colored. Hey, Sid. Hey, Mrs. Splash. You ain't changed that name yet? Supposed to change that name, girl. I found this soda in Ace Hardware. I think I told you about this one time, Sid. I found this soda in Ace Hardware one day. And I made creme brulee chicken wings. There you go. Creme brulee chicken wings. Hey, subscribe to me. That's the Auntie Fee fried everything. She had us make fried broccoli. I did fried broccoli, fried cauliflower, and fried mushrooms. It said all fried Wednesday. I know, shame on me. I was just making chicken wings, and Felicia Auntie Fee Odell took control of my hands, and I started battering up broccoli and cauliflower. surprised she didn't say nothing on that one. Y'all remember this dress? People were all on the news arguing about that dress. That's the kind of stuff I like making, Dorian. Lo mein. That dress was everywhere. It's blue and black. It's golden and white. I made the girls some dessert shows. No, not yet. That's actual tortillas that I cut up and fried. And then I sprinkled them with cinnamon and sugar. And then they got a scoop of ice cream, whipped cream, cherry, and then chocolate drizzle. This is Vance's favorite cake that I make. That's a butter pecan with cream cheese frosting.
That's really good.
You need to make some of them, said you would like them. I just buy the uncooked tortillas and cut them up and fry them. And then as soon as you take them out of the grease, sprinkle them with cinnamon and sugar. What is making that noise? Something on the computer. I saw it flash that time, but it disappeared before I could see it. That's something I haven't made in a while. Shrimp and grits. Yep, you can make them sweet. That's Rayon, y'all. You see how tiny she was? She was so itty bitty. She was so itty bitty. Well, I've told y'all Rayon was a good artist, but I don't think I've ever let y'all see anything she's drawn. Y'all know who that is? Thank you, Jessica. And this when she was in class and the teacher asked the kids in class to draw a skeleton. This is in 2015. So this is 4 years ago. She was 8. The teacher asked the kids to draw a skeleton. And this is what my 8-year-old drew. How many 8-year-olds y'all know drawing carpals and metacarpals and my Princess Jasmine's? Taco Bell commercial say, you know, I never turn my TV on anymore. I wish I could remember who that was. Yesterday we were talking about Funyuns. Who was that? So I was asking them if they had ever tried these. These are really good, y'all. Okay. Was that in your stream, Mark? Were we talking about chips? That turkey must have been delicious. Their earrings are sauce packets. Oh, Lord. You ever been in an ice storm? This is what we get in Oklahoma, y'all. We get ice storms. Just everything covered with ice. Bring back Uncle Charles, y'all. People always want to know if I have hair. I have hair. Look at my babies. Yep, they still look the same. That was me at prom, y'all. We was doing the electric slide. And that was me before I lost weight. That was me at over 600 pounds. That was my grandparents' 50th anniversary. And that's that Leilani fried chicken right there, y'all. It's because I'm so tall, Prime. I'm 6 feet tall. Being that weight and 5 foot something is a lot different from being that weight and 6 feet. I'm tall. Oh, so the burgers I made today was with these kind of brats, but I didn't get cheddar. I just got plain. These brats, and that meat. Come on, focus. Stop focusing on my thumb. I don't know why I want to focus on my thumb. There we go. So I used that meat. It's beef and pork blended, and then I blended the brat into it. Did I make any chili this winter? Yeah, I did. Because then I made the kids Frito pies and stuff. Some more Rayon's artwork. This is what my children have always done to me. I try and lay down, and then they both come crowding on top of me. Did I really make gumbo and jambalaya? Oh, it was Christmas. I was gonna say. Hey, Amanda. I was so confused by this meal right here. I got gumbo and jambalaya. That's a can of rice in the back that's not coming in. I was like, why would I do that? I'm just talking now. I already ate. Now I'm looking through old pictures before I get off of here. Here's one of those things I tried. You know how they have those tasty videos they show on Facebook and stuff all the time? This was one for some little Philly cheesesteak sliders. So that was like the bottom part of the Hawaiian rolls, and some mozzarella cheese and some provolone cheese. And then there's my steak and onions and mushrooms and stuff that I grilled up, and peppers. I buttered the bread. There's the steak going on top of the cheese. And then more cheese on top of the meat. And then the rolls, I buttered them and I put some parsley on there. And then put them in the oven and baked them. And there you go, sliders. That's that tasty. Thank you, Jessica. I made this my profile picture a couple of weeks ago. Somebody asked me why I had a veil on. There's some oxtails if you're still in here, Dawn. This is some homemade cherry pecan ice cream. I think that I made outside in the ice cream maker. I didn't write a name on any of it. I think it was cherry. It was maraschino cherries, pecans, and I think I put coconut in there. Or maybe I did it with coconut milk. I'm pretty sure there was coconut something to that. And I took the munchkins to a tea party in the tea room. That was their second tea party. They actually went to one when Shaylin was still a baby. But this is the first one they've been to when both of them were old enough to really remember. I don't know if Tasha's still listening. This was the cup that I bought at the fair. That's one of my cups that have been broken now. I still have this cup. It's over here on the side of my bed somewhere. When you put something hot in it, print shows up. When it's empty, it's just a black cup. Hey, Marilyn. Yeah, this was the soup that I put the oxtails in. I made a French onion soup, but I put oxtails and some stew meat in them. It was amazing. yeah. I'm gonna get off here, y'all, so I can put my water back in the freezer because all my ice melted now. See who else is live. I gotta remember who that was. Who was I talking to yesterday? All right, Jessica. I gotta figure out what my kids are wearing to church tomorrow while I go to work. But yeah, put my water back in the freezer, and I'm gonna go to the restroom and then see who's live. But thank y'all for watching. Thumbs it up, like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I will see you later on. Probably tomorrow with the dum-dums. Yeah, probably tomorrow with the dum-dums. Yeah. So, y'all come back now, you hear? Night, Prime. Thank you, Jessica.